What you eat matters. My name is Vanessa. I'm a healer, a light worker, and I'm here to help. What we eat matters. You've heard the saying before, you are what you eat. And in fact, that is true. Our body uses the food that we put in to create new cells. There are microorganisms in your gut who are eating the food that you eat. And then they in turn have the power to turn on different genes in our bodies to inflict different emotions and moods. They are constantly sending information back and forth, the gut and the brain. And unfortunately, we live in a world where most of the food that we're eating is not even really food. Fast food, tons of processed food, food that is just sugar, our sodas, our diet sodas, which are chemicals, terrible for us. There are so many scientific studies that have proven that soda and diet soda in particular, kill all of the good microbacteria, the microorganisms in your gut, the good guys that you want, that turn off genes of cancer, that turn off genes of depression, that thwart anti-aging things about aging. We are controlling our physical health and our mental health by the food that we eat. It is the basis. Without this, we can only go so far. And the easy way to know things that you should be eating, there's two ways, and that you shouldn't be eating, are one, whole foods. Did it come from the earth itself? Potatoes, vegetables, rice, beans that come from the earth. These are all foods that we are going to eat in excess and know that we are helping our bodies. And our highly processed foods are foods that are not whole foods, and are foods that have a long list of labels, ingredients rather, that you don't understand. If you don't have these foods in your cupboard, then this is probably a food that you want to stay away from. We want to limit our processed foods. We want to limit our sugars. We absolutely want to eliminate our diet sugars, our diet sodas. Those are chemicals that are not only harming the bacteria in our gut, but they are actually triggering the craving for sugar just like regular sugar. And some studies have even indicated that in a stronger way. So if you were to drink a diet soda versus a regular soda, that you would actually crave sugar even more with the diet soda, although both are going to cause you to crave food. So we have to be aware that the foods that we are eating are going to be the foods that we crave. It goes back to those microbiomes in our gut. So we're feeding them, and they want to live and to grow and to replicate, and they are going to want those foods. So whatever foods that you have in your gut, you are going to crave. So if you're having soda and bagels and donuts and things like this all the time, you will crave that. And the opposite is true. If you remove these foods from your diet and you can make it through that time period, that withdrawal period, which most people can't. This is why most people don't make it from here to there. But if you can make it through this withdrawal period, you will not crave these foods. Soda, to me, when I see soda, it doesn't register as food to me in my brain. Lots of foods are like this. Cupcakes with that frosting, that thick. It just doesn't even register to my brain as food, and I don't crave it. I do eat things like dark chocolate. I love 95% dark chocolate, and I love that. And your taste buds will adjust. But we just have to understand that there's this withdrawal period. There's this period where we need to get through. And this is where people fall short. But if you can know and hold on to the fact that you will make it through, depending on how hard and how long you've been eating these types of foods, you can go maybe 3 weeks before these cravings start. So it may seem like a long period of time, but if you knew that on the other side of that 3 weeks that you weren't going to want these foods that are making you unhealthy, overweight, tired, they may be contributing to your depression, to your anxiety. They may be turning on genes for other disorders. If you know that there's just this small window, a 3-week period, where you can be on the other side of it. So in my life, the foods that I eat on a daily basis are as many whole foods as possible. I mostly eat vegan. I definitely don't like labels, and there are times where I definitely go outside of that. But every day, right now, I'm eating vegan cream cheese in the morning with celery. I replaced my bagel because I was realizing and feeling into my body. So this is the second way when I was talking about there are two ways to find out foods that you should be eating. When you eat food, feel into your body and see how you feel. How do you feel after? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sick? When I used to way back before when I wasn't vegan, I would eat that Kraft macaroni and cheese and I loved it. But I would always feel a bit nauseous after, always. That is an indication to your body that that is not a good food for your body. Trust your body. I've actually heard people say that they drink soda. This girl, I love her so much. I love you if you're listening. And she drinks soda in the morning, and she says the bubbles make her stomach feel better. I don't know, that really go into your body and feel how you're feeling and know that you may be highly addicted to these foods. Even in my life, and I'll get back to what I eat on a daily basis, there were vegan foods, these vegan Beyond pizza empanadas. Oh my God. So good, so good. But I realized I was becoming addicted to this food. Highly processed foods are addictive. If you start eating potato chips, you might notice my favorite brand of chips is Utz, and they're not allowed in my house because I know that willpower is not always strong enough to stop you from foods. Oftentimes, willpower is just not going to be strong enough. You really need to remove these foods from your house. So when I would eat the Utz, it was like a drug. It was like I needed it, needed more and more, and I'm a very disciplined person. I believe I have a lot of self-control, a lot of willpower, and it was just of no use to me. So you might need to actually remove these foods from your reach altogether. But so back to what I was eating. So I eat the celery with a vegan cream cheese, and it's really satisfying. I eat beans, quinoa. I eat, so on my potatoes, I just put a salsa on top of that. I eat rice. I eat vegetables. I eat dark chocolate every other day, just about. I try not to go overboard with it, and I eat as many whole foods as I can. I eat apples with peanut butter is one of my favorite go-tos right now. And also I am in intermediate fasting. So I will start eating at 8 in the morning, and sometimes I'm just not hungry, so I'll happily extend my fast, and then I stop eating at 4 p.m. And then on Saturdays, I will just free myself of this and allow myself to eat later in the day if I feel like it. So intermediate fasting is a really great way for our bodies to heal, and there are many great, I have a whole video on intermediate fasting if you want to check it out. But the foods that we eat absolutely matter and contribute to our mental health and our well-being overall. So I really encourage you, we live in a world where it's so hard. You can drive down the street that I drive home from work, for example. I drive past a Heavenly Donuts, a McDonald's, there's a bunch of pizza places, there's all these there's a bakery, there's all of these really quick available processed foods. The oils that we eat are super important. You want to stay away from canola oils and cottonseed oils, rapeseed oil. These oils are really damaging, and they are in a large part responsible for turning on these genes that are going to cause a lot of the health problems that we don't want, and the mood problems that we don't want as well. So do your research, love yourself, and to put your energy into understanding what is good for you and then doing that. You deserve it. You deserve to feel your best. You deserve to be taking care of yourself in any way you can. And the easy way to do this is just know that sugars and processed foods are not good for you, and to limit them as much as you can, and to know that anything that is a whole food is going to be something that you can eat without having to worry about it. I love you so much. I wish you luck on your journey, and I believe in you. Thank you.